All
Okay.
righty. Good morning, everybody. This is Game Time Huddle with Rodney Cox. Special guest. Okay, this is session number three. Mia Alexander, volleyball player from Schroeder University, which is in Rome, Georgia. Man, listen, I kind of want to get straight to it. I'm excited to talk to you. So let's for people who don't know, introduce yourself, who you are, where you play. Talk to me a little bit.
Okay, I'm Mia Alexander. I'm a rising sophomore, so I was a freshman this year at Schroeder University. I'm from Gilbert, Arizona, so I went to Campo Verde High School. I'm a libero, DS. That's my position. I'm 5'5", graduated with a 3.89 GPA,
Let's go.
and traveled across the country to this amazing college that I'm at now.
Absolutely, absolutely. So first off, I just want to thank you for your time. I know you just told me you was at a baseball game. So as a student athlete, you guys kind of, support each other. And
Yeah.
obviously today is a day where you don't have practice. So that's kind of, or maybe a downtime. So that's pretty cool. So let's talk about just the beginning part. So you said you're from Arizona, Campo Verde. And now you're all the way in Georgia. So talk about your high school process, like to go from like Arizona over here way south, to Georgia. Talk to me a little bit.
Yeah, well, so I started off emailing a ton of colleges, courtesy of the Rodney Cox, helping me, reaching out. And so it started really broad and then just narrowed down to a couple different colleges. I ended up going here because there was a girl at my club for volleyball who ended up helping us get in contact. And so through that all, I had a lot of help from just Rodney, and then this other player who ended up going here as well, to like meet the coach personally. And I ended up coming here because I liked the culture, honestly.
Okay.
So I think that's the biggest thing that brought me. I'm Christian school. So it hasn't been too crazy moving across because I feel like this place is home.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you feel like you belong, I'm not a super homesick person, honestly.
Okay. Okay. I like it. I like it. So when you talk about culture, right? Um, like how's the team culture, as far as, just with the girls and the surrounding areas, things like that.
I've honestly, like, club season wise, I've never been on a team without drama. And then I got here and I was like, this is crazy because there's no drama. Like, I mean it, like, none. Like, obviously, there's like small things, but like, there's honestly, our team is one here. And I think that's the crazy thing about college sports is it's a bunch of people who are all bought in, and all earning money, doing something that they choose to be doing. Like, this is a choice to play in college. And so it's just a really different atmosphere. It's like a bunch of, it's a family, it's a family of girls who love this sport, love this school, and are all bought in together. And we had a rough season this year because we had 10 freshmen. So, and half of us started, so we were playing veteran teams. But through that, even though we were playing veteran teams and, still getting to know each other and, obviously struggling a little bit when it came to gameplay, like, we stuck together, which is crazy because you don't really have teams that lose that end up like getting closer. And we ended up getting closer through it all. So I'm excited to see where the next 3 years go. But it's crazy to be with other girls who honestly like love the culture, love the school you're going to, and honestly love volleyball this much. So
Absolutely. I love it. And you know what? You kind of hit a couple things, right? And let's be honest, like you guys are playing as true freshmen, right? And it's different from high school down to playing in college. And you talk about how you guys have grown together because it was a little struggle, a little ups and
yeah,
downs, but just thinking about like, man, if y'all stay together throughout this whole process, man,
yeah.
y'all can be real dominant come junior year, senior year, and
Oh
things
yeah,
like that. Um,
that's the
so,
goal.
and that's the goal. That's the goal, right? Like, so talk to me as far as obviously, again, I know a little bit, a lot of bit, which I don't know if that's even a word, a lot of bit, but you had a great season, right? And I don't want to say too much as far as your award, but tell the world as far as like Mia, what did you win?
I got freshman of the year. I did not expect it. Okay. I came in working towards the libero jersey. I mean, that's what every DS wants eventually. I mean, that's the goal, right?
Mhm.
And so I was working for that. And I think under like my team, they really had my back. And just coming in for extra reps, and working hard in the weight room to get to the top rack, and just really being there. I think I missed one practice all season. I mean, and that's like as a team too. Like our team didn't miss practice. We were all bought in. So it's not just me. I feel like all the freshmen came in and were just hard workers. But yeah, I mean, I ended up passing I think serve receive wise, I earned the strongest serve receiver on the team. Defense wise, I had 292
92.
days.
Yes, you did.
I'm working on that. I'm hoping to get that higher next year. And working on my forward movements, but it's amazing. Like, I mean, I love this team. It is crazy because I'm hearing people with different stories on their college teams, and honestly, like I was just blessed to find the perfect fit for me. Honestly.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's the biggest thing that we talk about, right? Even when we were working together, and again, these other athletes
Oh
that are
yeah.
out there, it's not about the division, right? It's about
Exactly.
finding the right
Oh
fit,
yeah.
right? So if your fit was Division 2, boom, you found it. If your fit is Division 3, boom, you found
Exactly.
it. Hey, if it's Division 1, by all means, things like that. But you
I
found the
mean,
right.
not for me, man, but
But I get you. I get you. So let's kind of talk about grades. Obviously, you said that coming out of high school, you had a 3.89. I'm gonna put you on the spot. What do you have now?
I think I have like a first semester. Oh, this is a sad story, Rodney. Are you ready for this really sad story?
Okay.
I had always, always. I slept through one of my finals. That was worth 20% of my grade. It was the 8 a.m. final, and it dropped my grade from a 96 to a 76.
Okay.
So last semester I had a 3.49,
Okay.
unfortunately. But I'm headed towards all A's this semester, as of now. And
Okay.
so hopefully when that's posted, I should have about at least a 3.5. It'll go up. But
Okay. Okay.
CAA, I think we only needed two.
Yeah.
2 points.
Yeah. Which
Which is not
which
my
is
goal.
crazy.
Not my goal, because I want to be a veterinarian. So my
Right.
goal is to have at least 3.8.
Okay.
But
And you know what's
uh,
crazy? So you're here we go. This is all about being real, right? Like you
oh
actually
Lord,
slept through a final. Like
it happens. It happens.
it does.
It does happen. No, it was calculus too, and I was so confident because I
Okay.
spent the whole night. I stayed till 2 a.m. studying. I was like, I got this in the bag. Set my alarm, slept through it. So
Okay. You know what? It happens. Hey, you still got a 3.4. Kudos to you. You know what I mean? Which kind of led or leads to what you want to study, what you just said it is to be a vet.
oh yeah. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
doing biology and field ecology right now, I think. I
Okay.
think.
Wow. Okay. Hey, you got it. It's all good.
Yeah.
It is all good.
There's a
Um,
lot of biology majors on our team, honestly. Like,
really.
yeah, we got some nursing majors.
Okay.
It's I like T too because our coach is very like grades first. And
Mm-hmm.
so I've never had a point where I've felt like I don't have time to study or I don't have time with grades or
Okay.
classes. Um, and that's with like, getting up at 5 a.m. for lifts and having practice till 10 p.m. at night. There's always time. So our coach, like, and she was on us, our team's on us too. Like, honestly, teammates, which is nice. Like,
Yeah.
having like a team that actually values that. Like, our
Mm-hmm.
team will be on there, like, hey, you haven't been in class the last 2 days. I'm like, oh, I know. I wanted to sleep in.
Right.
Sorry.
No, I get
But
it. I
like,
get it. That's good. Now, you said something as far as like team, right? Holding you accountable.
oh yeah,
Um,
definitely.
so like what are you guys' goals? Obviously last year wasn't a good year,
Oh
so
yeah.
what are your team goals? Like what are you guys working on this off season to prepare yourself for next year, things like that?
Spring season, we worked a lot on just team chemistry.
Okay.
Just our team needs to learn how to win because I think individually we have great players. We do. And that's the thing you'll find throughout like college. I think all athletes at whatever level they are can be great athletes. But it's the team aspect, and we're all young right now, so we're bonding, we're getting together, we're meshing because we mesh off the court. We got to figure out how to mesh on the court, you know.
Okay.
And I think our biggest goal, like in my exit meeting, because we have exit meetings at the end of the year, and so I have my exit meeting, and our biggest goal next semester, fall season, is to win. So we're in a new conference, so fresh start.
Yeah.
And it's the
exciting.
mental aspect.
Yeah, yeah. Just understand, like, hey, if everybody does their part, right? Hey, you have a job to do as a libero. Hey, my outside hitter, you have a job to do. Hey, setter, you have a job to do. Once we all do our part, things happen. So it's like, hey, don't overdo my part when I have to do this first. It's basically just understanding your job, right? But also it's like, hey, the other team might get on a roll and score 10 points, 10 straight points. Like, do we just cave in, or do we battle through it and have that mental part, that mental toughness and so forth? So this is a question that I've asked each one of my guys or my athletes that have come on before you is, have you seen with the whole transfer portal, right? Which is crazy.
Oh yeah.
Don't look like that, right? Has that affected your team, or have you seen like girls come in or girls leave, whatever that may be?
Yeah, I remember after our fall season, we had 3 girls leave.
Okay.
Obviously seniors, but not seniors. And it's crazy because you don't expect it. These girls were very mature. Like, you couldn't tell that they didn't want to be there. So they stuck it through until the end, and then we just learned. And they talked to the team together, like, "Hey, this isn't my fit. This isn't my home, but it can be yours," you know. And so they ended up leaving. And honestly, and then we've had some girls transfer in. So our setter and our outside this last season were transfers from JUCOs. And honestly, I think it can be a blessing because the transfers we have had are girls who have worked hard, and maybe their last place wasn't a fit, but they made sure as well to know that this place was going to be their fit.
Absolutely.
They weren't ready to do it again, so they're here to stay. And honestly, it's nice to get upperclassmen who've already played, to get them in and be able to compete. It just brings our level to like a whole nother like competition.
Absolutely.
And then as for the girls that leave, I mean, it hurts a little bit because you bond with them and you're like, oh man, like these are my girls, and then they leave.
Right.
But at the same time, like, if this isn't your fit, I would rather you leave, go find somewhere that's better for you, than stay here and be miserable and end up eventually taking it out on the team.
Absolutely. Okay, I get it. And let's be honest, the transfer portal's here. Like, there's no running away from it. You know what I mean? Like, that's just college sports. You know what I mean? Couple more questions, and then again, like what I said, this is gonna just be a short interview because I'm having fun talking to Miss Mia the Alexander, freshman of the year.
Oh wow. Lord. Oh.
Oh, she said, "Oh Lord, I love it." Okay. So what do you do for fun, right? Obviously, I'll follow you on social media. I think the last picture I saw, you was in a fountain. It was like you and 3 of your friends, or 2 of your.
We jumped in the Shorter University fountain at 1 a.m. because silly, goofy move, Honestly, and most athletes will find this when you get to college, they all hang out together. So sports will hang out together. It's a very especially the college I chose because all the athletes are like a family. It's a very like athletic minded school. So let's see, I hike a lot. Everything I do isn't just with my teammates, believe it or not. Like, I hang out with them, but I have friends outside. I'm friends with the soccer team. I'm friends with some softball girls, some football players, tennis players. Like, we're all one big family. So there's no cliques. Not at our school. It's like pretty nice. And I've had time. So, I mean, if you look at my social media, I went to a concert last week. I've hiked. I do Bible studies. I'm always at a coffee shop. Swift and Finch. I love coffee. I have a skateboard. I ride my skateboard around. Don't tell my coach because,
Yeah.
Maybe let's keep on it. I should have said that. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
and this
ride a
is
skateboard.
recorded.
I don't ride a skateboard. I was lying. That's not dangerous. I'll drive around and listen to music.
Okay.
Honestly, pickleball. I did pickleball yesterday. Like we do it all.
So you're well
Um,
rounded. Let's
I'm
go.
very. I'm all over the place.
I love
I
it.
I I have a lot of free time. I nap. Like I never. I think even in season, like I had time. So
Mhm.
that's why I like D2. I mean, it's nice. It's really nice. I have a life, I have friends outside
Yeah,
the volleyball team, you know.
and that's huge. That's
It's
huge.
amazing.
And you know what? And you hit something before my last question to you. As far as you have a life, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Obviously, everybody knows I played Division 1, Arizona State, yada, and you're typically
Woo!
give it up for Arizona State. And but you're like a robot. You know what I mean? Like you wake up, it's like your sport, go to school, training table, rehab, meetings, and you don't really get to enjoy it, right?
Oh
Obviously,
yeah.
D2, you like you said, you're like, man, I get to hang out with my friends, I get to do
Oh
this,
yeah.
I get to do that, I get to sleep. There was no sleeping for me, right? Like I was a zombie. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I'm just happy that you found your fit, right? Because I know there's a lot of times that you and your dad or you and your mom or both of them would like go and check out shorter. It was like once every 3 4 months. Like my guy Paul was like, "Yeah, man, we're going to Rome," and I'm like, "Again?"
I
Like
know.
it was lovely.
You
Yeah.
and here's something I gotta tell you.
Okay.
Because I don't know if other people eventually will go through this too. Our head coach resigned.
Okay.
Um and like I gotta say, like I liked our head coach. I liked our program and where it was
Mm-hmm.
heading. And honestly, like it happens. Like when you choose a college, like you can't just go for what the head coach promises you because they could leave. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you got to look at the girls too because honestly, like I'm looking around and these girls are sticking with it. No girls leaving after they heard that news. Like they're staying. We're ready to move forward. We're
Mm-hmm.
staying together. We're going to have our next great season. Like we're ready to grow. Um,
Absolutely.
and so I love the coach. I loved our head coach last season, but honestly, like I also love the school. I love the players. I love the community, the culture. Like you
Mm-hmm.
gotta, so like just recognizing that like you may love the head coach you're talking to and
Mm-hmm.
emailing when you're getting recruited, but like that's not who you might not have that for 4 years. You
Yeah,
know?
and you know what? And you hit it, man. Man, listen, you've been a very mature young lady ever since. Let me guess. Let me see. So I met you. What was that? Junior year? Or was it
Yeah,
Yeah,
Campo
no,
Verde.
no. Yeah, you ain't Capo Verde. You gotta pick the school, not based off the coach. Like what you said. Like
Mhm.
look at the school in itself. Look at the people that's there. Like even for myself, I mean, I had 2 coaching staffs. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that's very that's great advice. Okay, so last question. Okay, um, what would you tell your younger self as far as what you know now? Okay, um,
Okay.
what would you tell your younger Mia?
Younger Mia. Oh Lord. Um. hmm. I honestly would tell her first impressions matter a lot going into college. So whatever sport you're going into,
Mhm.
that first month of training, that's basically the people you meet and how they perceive you. That first month is really big. So I'm a really big extrovert. I went in wired, man. I was crazy. I was like, let's go volleyball. I was loud. I was ready. Up
Yeah,
at 5 a.m. I was annoying people because I was so loud. And I learned pretty quickly, like, oh Lord, like I need to tone it back. I'm kind of cracked, you know. And so, like, just being aware of like, when you go in, go hard, go all out. Show your coach and your teammates that you're here to win because honestly, your first impression in college sports
mhm,
is gonna set the tone for that first season, and the first season sets the tone for the rest of your seasons. So like, you know, start off when you start the race, you don't want to start jogging. You got to start like full speed. Get ready for the marathon. Set off like get that consistent ground. Because I had to move my dorm the first week of school because I was I'm too extroverted to a fault. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
And if I could go back in time and be like, Mia, like, you need to chill just a little bit,
Okay.
that would have been nice.
Okay. I get it. Yeah. Okay. And then here we go. Obviously, I know who you are, right? You and I are both like that high energy,
a bit crazy, honestly.
A bit crazy. That's
a good word for it.
Yeah, a bit crazy. It's all good. But you know what? You are you, right? And that's just what it is. You know what I mean? Like 5 o'clock in the morning. Listen, I've seen your social media. You over there dancing, like, and I'm like, oh Lord, she's like lifting weights, dancing. And I'm like,
the university social media does me so dirty.
I love it. Listen, at the end of the day, you already know I'm proud of you. You know what I mean? You already know I love getting updates from your dad, seeing you on social media. Listen, me and Paul, we talk probably one every 2 to 3 weeks. So, you have a fan.
You got Lincoln. You got my brother now.
Yeah, listen. I know my little soccer player.
I love him.
So yes, at the end of the day, just listen, just keep doing what you're doing. I know last year, you had freshman of the year. So just like what you said, you want to start off that race. You start off pretty nice. You know what I mean? So now, what is Mia gonna do next? So again, thank you for your time with this Game Time Huddle session 3 with Mia Alexander, the Mia Alexander, freshman of the year. Okay, I gotta add that. Listen, pat yourself on the back. Freshman of the year. Besides that, we will see y'all next week, session 4, next Saturday with a different athlete. But you know what? We might even bring on a coach. Who knows? But again, thank you, Mia, for your time. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll talk to you soon, okay? Thank you, Rodney.